Good day, YouTubers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. We're on the starboard side putting on the gunport doors. At our annual open house last week, real good turnout. Probably about 35 people came, I think. Let me lower this camera down here so you can see what I'm doing. Bent the hinges about 45 degrees. We're going to cut a piece of 1 millimeter brass wire. Get a good solid grip on it. Nice little blob of E8000 glue. I'm trying to feel for the hole. Well, that was a fail. I bent that. It's almost not worth fighting it. Cut me another one. Got a little needle here that I've been using to dab glue in behind the hinges after I get the door installed. If I have a problem with getting a good grip in that. Well, there's two in a row. So we're going to re-drill that hole. I'm definitely going to have to touch this one up. I literally do not see my hole. So I'll take this needle again. Okay. We got 6 of them done. Trying to get where I can see, and I can't see. Get it started. There we go. with that little dab of glue on there. You rotate, and that gets the glue to go around all the sides of the different position that wire's at. It's not sticking out. Now I want to get another good strong grip on it. And because the wire's a little longer than it needs to be, I can let this go scooting in there. I'm putting a liberal amount on the bottom of the hinges and on the edge of the door. I can see the hole that I drilled in there earlier. Get a good grip on that wire. There we go. Of course, when it goes into the hole, I got to wipe the glue off of my pliers so I don't get it everywhere when I need to use them again. And you can see the angle that it's at. So I'm going to sort of pre-bend it up a little bit, so as it goes in, when I push it in, it'll set down on that ledge, that frame board around the opening of the gun port. And I can fine tune the position of it. That looks good, huh? So now we'll do the one above it, and then we'll get to some hard ones. Now these hard ones I've drilled up in the rail, and that is probably too high. So I may drill another hole down below like I did on these ones where there's nothing in the way. On the other side I had trouble where the rack was holding the baling, or holding the dead eyes in the shrouds. And I think the rail on this side is a little higher. Is over there on the other side. I was actually putting pins into the rail because of the position of the rail was according to the gun port opening. So here, as these are working pretty good with just the position below the rail, and it doesn't change much of a height between the opening and the bottom of the rail. I think I'm going to drill a new hole before I stick those in, just below the top or the bottom of that rail, so I'm not too high. I do have to bend these a little bit as we get ready to put it in position. But as you do more of them, you get better at figuring out how much bend to put on it, and no matter what, it's not easy. Okay. So, it's nothing like the camera being right in the way. There we go. that was the semi-hard part. And we got the pin in the opening. And these ones that are up underneath the shroud rack. Grab them up near the top where the pin is at. Oop, and then push it in, but not too far. And then re-grab it on the bottom. I had just a little bit of a bend on that wire, so it's probably at 20 degrees or 15 degrees coming out of the back of that door. It's hard to see how much angle was on that wire, but it's got enough bend where I had to lift up on the bottom of the door to let it sit and rest on that frame board that's around the opening. So that one went fairly smooth compared to what I've had to do in the past. But even though this braces are in the way, ankors for the dead eyes, was able to get it in there. And that's another key when you're putting these anchor braces on. You want to try to spread it away from the hole as far as you can without getting your spacing wrong, or doesn't look right. And of course, you don't want a cannonball to hit it, so they definitely need to be out of the way. So let's do another one. Okay, we got them all on. I had trouble with this one here. Ended up redoing it like 3 times before I could get it to go in there right. That one still looks crooked, doesn't it? So, 31 on the starboard side. The camera doesn't do it justice of how much detail was involved with making those doors and getting them installed. Well, we have one spare. In case we break one or something, so we'll put that in the kit box. And since we got all those done, it's time for the next step, which is, let me get you guys over here so you can see. Zoom in. Looks like anchors, eh? So these are probably laser cut pieces that we got to get out of the laser cut stuff. Glue together. Leaves a hole in the middle. And looks like there's some laser cut brass or something that, yep, or stainless steel. Yes, there's some laser cut stainless steel that goes on the outside of them. And then they got us painting it with a sort of a gray, dark gray, and then putting an eyelet in there to tie the anchor rope to. Some of the big anchor rope and a triple block. And then hang it from that gaff sticking out of the front of the ship. Bunch of little ropes going in and out of there. And then it tells you how to hang the anchor on the front of the ship. So it looks like we got 4. There's 2 on the port, 2 on the starboard. Looks like we got 4 anchors to make up and do all the rigging to make them hang on the front of the ship. So there's a bunch of photographs for that. And then we got like flags. Yep, we got some flags to do. One thing I'm looking forward to is getting the LED lights installed and soldered up. We'll get all that pre-wiring and battery box done, so so I'm just looking at some of these details to see what they are. Oh, that's probably a flagpole. Yep, flagpoles in the back. And there's room for that. And then that's for the flagpole. No, that's the beginning of the LED lights. Putting these things together. Looks like you got to clean them up a little bit. Pewter pieces and paint them gold. How can you drill glass with a drill bit? Yeah. Well, they got us painting gold on the glass. Okay, so that's what we got to look forward to. Let's do the anchors first, flags, and then LED lighting. And I know there's some other stuff to do there. There's paddles for the longboats and the lifeboat. And there's people in here too. So we still got to build them lifeboats and longboats. But we did make good progress this week. I'm going to start getting out all the stuff I need to make these anchors and get prepped on how I'm going to do it and find all the pieces I need. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we dug out all the anchor parts and got stuff glued up. Glued and clamped to dry. I'm using the E8000 where the pewter is touching wood, stainless steel is touching wood. Just checking to see if all my ends are all butted together right. Let this glue set. And then we'll paint. And we gotta let all that stuff dry and set before we mess with it anymore. Thanks for watching.